Some people are wondering how you can effectively collect these valuable tokens in the game. With the update, a token system was added where you spin here using Iolas. You have the option to spin for a fruit or spin for a token, which is this first option, but to be able to spin, you'll need 500 tokens. And collecting them is really simple. No matter which world you're in, whether it's the first, the second, or the third world, there will be a compass located here on the side. And this event will happen every single hour. When that event is happening, this cloud will appear next to the compass. And when there's a cloud next to the compass, all you have to do is click on the cloud. You can't click on the compass because if you click on the compass, it will show you where you need to level up. But in our specific case, I really want to know precisely where the storm is actually happening. So you just need to click on the cloud icon and it will clearly show you the exact location where this significant event is taking place. And this will happen consistently every single hour. In this particular instance, it will occur at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on continuously. Each event will last 10 minutes, so after 10 minutes, the event ends and you'll have to wait a while for the next one. I haven't tested yet to see how much I can collect in a total of 10 minutes, but I have farmed for a while and I gathered 240. And farming during the event is really simple. As soon as you find the cloud, just go to the nearest NPC. The NPCs that are electrocuted are the ones that will drop the token. So you just need to defeat them and they'll drop the token. Just look up here. And for each NPC you defeat, they'll drop between 20 and 25. But not all NPCs will be electrocuted. If I walk a bit around the island, you'll see that it's not all of them. To make it easier for you to know which one it is, just get close to the NPC and if they're electrocuted, you defeat them. Another way you can easily tell is that at some point a storm will inevitably strike, and when that storm truly hits, it means it has struck the non-player character, or NPC. So automatically they will be electrocuted and you just simply need to defeat them. By defeating another NPC, I collected 24 more tokens. I already have 334 tokens, but that's still not quite enough because I truly need to collect a total of 500 tokens. I almost forgot to mention this, but something very important to note is that even if you manage to collect 1,000 tokens, you absolutely won't be able to spin twice in a row. This particular mechanic works in precisely the same way as the fruit collection. You can only spin once every 2 hours. That wait time isn't so bad because it's enough for you to collect the tokens you need. So far, only 5 minutes have passed and I'm already close to collecting 500 tokens. I just need to defeat 2 more NPCs. The next one has already been electrocuted, now I just need to defeat him. And now I just need to defeat the last one. I'm even going to keep my distance to see which one gets electrocuted. At this point, there are only 3 minutes left. I defeated the last one I needed and managed to collect the 500 tokens, but there are still 3 minutes left before the event ends, so I'm going to use this time to farm. I could be wrong, but I think the event can happen on several islands at the same time. But to be sure which island you need to go to, it's easier to click on the compass cloud, which in my case, the cloud was on Big Mom's Island. But at the start of the event, I found this same cloud on the Port Island. So if you're leveling up and a cloud appears, you can continue to keep defeating the non-player character to collect valuable tokens. And even though it might seem obvious, you can't defeat NPCs that aren't electrified, even if they're the same type of NPC. These two here are electrified, so if I defeat both, I get a token. But even though this NPC is identical to the last one, even if I defeat him, I won't get anything. And I recommend that you don't go around defeating all the NPCs, because if you defeat them all at once, it might happen that none of them end up electrified, and you won't be able to earn any tokens. So it's easier to defeat them one by one. If I had been diligently farming tokens from the very start of this particular event for a full 10 minutes, that would have been more than enough time to collect 1,000 tokens in total. But this current amount here is already quite sufficient for us to test our luck just once. And to be honest, I don't know everything that this roulette gives, and I'm gonna try it for the first time together with you. So you just need to talk to the Iolis and choose the first option. Here it will tell you how many tokens you have and how many you need to spin. In my case here, I have 690 and I'll need 500 to spin. And in this image, you can already see a few things. You can see that the common fruit has an X on it. So I believe that you can't get common fruit this way. So you'll only be able to get uncommon or higher rarity fruits. And that's not all. You can potentially get incredibly rare, legendary, mythical fruits and even unique fruit skins. But I truly think the fruit skin is even rarer than the mythical fruit itself. But the absolute best way to truly test it is by spinning. So let's see what our very first fruit will actually be. And right away, I immediately got a rubber fruit. I thought I was going to get a Buddha fruit. And now, after you get your fruit, it shows this animation. In my case, it's showing the animation for the rubber fruit I just got. I didn't think this animation was very pretty, but I guess it's better than just having your fruit go straight to your inventory. And to be honest, this wasn't what I was expecting. I thought I was going to get better things, maybe even a skin, but from what I saw, it's going to take a long time to get a skin. I just tested it. If you join after the event has started, you won't be able to take part in the event. In my case, I waited until after the scheduled time and joined the server, and the event isn't happening for me. Actually, the event is happening, but it's happening here in the third world. Probably since my level is in the third world, this event will only happen here. So I was wrong. Even if you join after the event has already started, you can still absolutely take part in it. I just don't really know if this will actually happen if the server is completely empty. If you're the only one present on the server and you just recently joined, I don't know if it will truly work, but if it does indeed work and you've already thoroughly tested it, please let me know in the comments section. I don't know how long this event will stay active, so I'm going now. It should last. But I recommend you collect as much as you can, and as soon as you get the chance, spin. Because even if you don't get the skin, you might get some random fruits. So now you can acquire fruit in one of two distinct ways, either by spinning for a random fruit or by directly talking to the gacha machine. Actually, now that I have noticed, if you've already spun in one of the two available options, you cannot spin again in the other. In my specific case, since I spun the first option and obtained the rubber fruit, I am currently unable to spin for a random fruit. I will have to patiently wait an hour and 57 minutes precisely because I just spun the initial option. That doesn't really make much sense, so what I would absolutely recommend even more now is that you don't spin for fruit by spending your hard-earned money. I strongly recommend you keep looking for this particular event every single hour. To make it easier for those playing on mobile or computer, just keep an eye out. Every time it's 4 o'clock, the event is happening. At 5 o'clock, the event is happening. And the event will only last 10 minutes. So even if you join with 5 minutes left before it ends, that's still plenty of time for you to collect tokens. You can collect about 300. Even in 5 minutes, you can still gather 200 tokens, so you can get quite a lot done. For those playing on public servers, it will be harder to collect these tokens. Even so, it's a good option for those who want fruit or even fruit skins, especially if you haven't reached the maximum level or the third world yet. And I almost forgot to mention this important detail. I'm not entirely sure if more than one cloud actually appears every single hour. So if a cloud ultimately ends up appearing on the new island and you simply can't access this new island, it's primarily because you haven't yet done what's absolutely necessary to effectively use the submarine. The submarine is in this area, and to use it, you just need to talk to this NPC. But if you still can't use the submarine, it's because you haven't completed the boss mission. The boss mission is for you to defeat the boss of this island. You won't be able to defeat him alone, but if you team up with 2 more friends, you can do it. And the only thing you need to do is defeat the NPCs on this island. And as you defeat the various NPCs, this ancient falcon statue will gradually light up its eye, and when all 4 of its eyes are glowing a vibrant red, it means you can already effectively spawn him. And to precisely spawn him after the eyes are fully lit, just break these specific jars, and at some point the powerful boss will then spawn, and you just need to decisively defeat him. After successfully defeating him, just talk to the designated NPC and you'll be able to fully use the submarine. And that way, after an event happens here on this island, you'll be able to take part in it and collect your tokens. So far on this island, the only place I've seen the event happen was in this area, but it might happen in others as well. If I forgot to mention anything, or if you know any information, leave a comment and I might end up pinning your comment. Thank you so much for watching up to this point, and see you in the next one.